to StarrSoaps channel. How are you today? I'm doing good. Today I'm going to be trying out a new soap. That's right, I'm going to be making a coffee soap. I've been really excited and looking forward to doing this. So come along with me and I'll show you how to make it. Squee! So I was inspired to make this because I was gifted a beautiful coffee bar called Snickerdoodle Coffee by my lovely soapy sister Lori-Ann Wilson. And she made hers with coffee grounds throughout the whole soap and a lovely sweet snickerdoodle fragrance. It is gorgeous and I love it, and I've just about used it all up. So I thought in her honour I would go ahead and make me some coffee soap. So I've got some coffee grounds that I'm going to be putting in one portion, and I'm going to be scenting it all in coffee and gourmet Tahitian vanilla fragrance oil. So it will hopefully be a really sweet, delicious soap. But I'm also factoring in my design the fact that my vanilla fragrance, this one right here, is going to discolour. So I know it's going to make the whole soap go brown. I already know that the part with the coffee grounds is going to be brown, naturally, coffee. But then I'm going to try to do a layer that is more brown and then a layer that is really white. So it'll look like coffee and then layers of cream. So it'll probably look more like coffee cake, the final design. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also thinking the other good thing about this might be that you'll only have the exfoliating part in that bottom layer. So when you come to use the final soap, you'll get sort of like a scratchy layer, but then there'll also be smooth parts instead of the whole bar being scratchy. I've done that kind of idea in a design before in my Gardener and Mechanics soap, and it had a layer with coffee in it, but it also had a layer with like finely ground pumice. So it had different variants of different exfoliant. So as you can see here, this soap has thickened up majorly on me. I'm not sure if I can blame my fragrance oil or the heat. I have been finding that the last few soaps I've been making have been doing this to me because it has been so very hot. And I've mentioned this in a few of my videos, but New Zealand had a record hot summer and we were getting up to temperatures that we don't normally get to, and I think that that really did affect my workspace. I work in my laundry. It's a small little space. It gets the sun and it can turn into a hot little oven. So I think that might be part of what's going on here and why these soaps are so thick. So I just got to hurry up and start slopping and plopping them in the mould. No pretty loose fancy swirls going on here, but I didn't want that anyway. I wanted to do layers, and usually when I want to do layers the soap's extra thin and I can't get it to do layers. So at least I know that I can slop and plop and bang it down. So if you ever have this problem, guys, if you're ever soaping and your soap gets really thick and you're freaking out, because honestly you do, you panic, just remember to bang down your moulds really thoroughly like this. Give them a real good bang and help that thick soap to settle in the mould. That way when it comes time to unmould and cut your bars, you hopefully won't have big holes, because that's what can happen when you have really thick soap. So this layer was the layer that was going to have less titanium dioxide in it and hopefully be this sort of caramel layer. And then I've got another layer to go right on the top that's going to be hopefully like the cream layer. So far it smells amazing. It's really nice, like a very sweet vanilla-y coffee. And I like that. It does not smell at all like beautiful Lori's Snickerdoodle, unfortunately, because that is obviously a different fragrance with, I don't know, maybe caramel notes or something going on. But yeah, one positive thing about this soap getting so thick and going crazy is that this white soap for the top actually does look like whipped cream, doesn't it? It is crazy. And I don't know if it's just because it's so hot or if it's because of the vanilla fragrance or whatever. Things went a little bit crazy on this batch, so I just had to hurry up, and lots of banging, like I keep saying. Just keep tapping it down, keep tapping those moulds down, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to layer up as much of the soap up onto the top as I can, even though it's really thick now and I kind of feel like I just need to give up at this stage. And then the final flourish is going to be to put a few coffee beans on the very top so that each bar actually does have its own real coffee bean sitting on the very, very top. Now, I've thought about this a lot because as a rule I don't like to put things on my soap unless they're soap. That's why I've gone to so much effort to figure out how to make different beautiful little toppers like you will see on my pumpkin chai and on my rose soap. But with this one, like I said, I've been thinking about this one for a long time, and I just love the idea of this perfectly smooth round coffee bean on the top of each bar. And it actually does look really nice. Sometimes the simplest things are the most beautiful.
My heart is open and I am ready. I used to waste time just trying to rewind the years.
So what do you guys think of the design? These cut bars are pretty cool if I do say so myself. I really love that coffee, and I think next time I would want it to be half and half. Instead of just 1/3 of the soap being coffee grinds, I would probably want half coffee grinds and then half cream. So that's a cool little learning for me from this project. I really love how the final soap smells. It's sweet, but it also has those sort of bitter notes of roasted coffee. And I do believe it's going to have a lovely exfoliation thanks to those coffee grounds, but not too much thanks to those layers that don't contain the coffee grounds. But you can definitely see the split of tone, and that makes me happy. You can see the coffee part, and then you can see the sort of tan caramel part, and then you can very clearly see the white on the very top. But what has happened, I've noticed, is that the discoloration has started at the very top there, almost looking kind of purple on camera, but definitely looking brown in real life. And it has spread from there down. So the very top of my soap and sort of around the top has gone kind of brown as it's darkened. But I'll be interested to see just how much it does darken. It hasn't gone as brown as I thought it would, and it's been curing for a good 3 weeks now. So it will be interesting to see if it actually turns as brown as I thought it would. Either way, that bottom layer with the coffee is a nice shade of brown without being too dark. I don't think it'll give a coloured lather, so that's a plus. And the little single coffee bean on the top of every soap looks lovely. I definitely prefer the look of the one that has it a little bit mounded up, because it just really plays with your mind, making you think of like a dollop of cream on top of your coffee. I almost want to call them like Cup of Joe or something, but every time I get fancy with my names, people are like, what is this? I don't understand. So like, for example, I made a coffee scrub recently and I called it mochaccino scrub, and people were like, what is that? So I should have just called it coffee scrub. So it probably will just be called coffee. Well, I do hope that you guys enjoyed watching me make these soaps. I really enjoyed making them, even though they went thick on me and I had to get a bit scrambled and jump up and act on my feet and think on my feet. So I've got some really pretty photos here of my favourite set of the cut bars that looks a little bit like a mountain when you put them together. I think they're gorgeous. And this week I'd like to highlight Samantha Fudge and her Galaxy soap that she made and shared in our group over on Facebook called StarrSoapy Family. And don't you just love these soaps? Those little balls are so brightly coloured, and then the swirled black and white soap around them. I'm in love. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. So if you guys want to come and join our group, feel free to come and join and share your pictures, and then I can highlight you in a video as well, because you guys inspire me just as much as I inspire you. I hope that you enjoyed watching me make these soaps, and if you did, feel free to hit that subscribe button, become a member of the StarrSoapy family, and feel the soapy love. Bye guys!
I won't lose sight of my dreams. they just might be better than they seem. And I used to get mine